Motivation is a powerful force. It has the ability to push us beyond our limits and help us achieve things we never thought possible. It's the initial spark that propels us to start new endeavors, much like a match igniting a flame or a rocket launching into space. That feeling of excitement gets us going, whether it's starting a new fitness routine, setting up art supplies for a creative project, or diving into a new business venture. Think about a time you were incredibly motivated. Recall the energy and enthusiasm that filled you. Remember the initial excitement and drive to get started. That feeling can be intoxicating and incredibly powerful. However, motivation is often like a spark, bright and intense initially, but fleeting. It can burn out quickly if not sustained. It can be triggered by external factors like an inspiring book, a motivational speech, or a meaningful conversation with a friend. While this initial burst can be beneficial, it's important to remember that it's not a constant. Sustaining motivation requires effort, reflection, and sometimes a return to the source of inspiration. Motivation, while powerful initially, is often unreliable in the long run. It can be fleeting and inconsistent. It's like a flickering flame, easily extinguished by challenges and setbacks. The smallest gust can snuff it out. Imagine training for a marathon. Your initial motivation might be high, but what happens when you face bad weather or sore muscles? The journey becomes tough. When the initial excitement fades, our motivation wanes. The spark that once drove us dims. The problem with relying solely on motivation is that it's often tied to our emotions. Emotions are unpredictable. This dependence makes motivation an unstable foundation for long-term success. It's like building on sand. This is why many New Year's resolutions are abandoned by February. The initial drive fades away, leaving us stranded. Discipline is the steady burn that keeps us going even when motivation fades. It's the quiet force that pushes us forward day after day through the highs and lows. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like it. It's the commitment to our goals, the promise we make to ourselves to keep moving forward. Discipline is about showing up consistently, even when we don't see immediate results. It's the understanding that progress is often slow and steady, but every step counts. It's about making choices that align with our long-term goals. It's the small, everyday decisions that build up over time to create significant change. Think of an athlete training for the Olympics. They don't just train when they feel like it, they train every single day, rain or shine. They train every single day, regardless of their emotional state. They understand that every session, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goal. Discipline is the bridge that carries us from fleeting motivation to lasting success. It's the unwavering commitment that keeps us on track, even when the journey gets tough. While motivation might get us started, it's discipline that allows us to cross the finish line. It's the key to achieving our dreams and reaching our full potential. Cultivating discipline, habits, and routines. Building discipline is about incorporating small, manageable habits into our daily lives. One effective strategy is to start with small, achievable goals. Instead of overhauling your entire life overnight, focus on incremental changes. Another technique is to create a consistent schedule and stick to it. Having a structured routine helps eliminate decision fatigue. Find an accountability partner or support system to encourage you. Celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated and acknowledge your progress. The power of synergy motivation and discipline combined. The most successful individuals leverage both. They utilize motivation's initial energy and combine it with discipline's reliability. Imagine a writer working on a novel. They need the discipline to write consistently, even when inspiration is scarce. Motivation can be the initial spark, while discipline keeps the flame burning. They work in tandem to drive us toward our goals. Think of motivation as the wind in your sails and discipline as the rudder keeping you on course. The path to success. Start with a spark, fuel the fire. Achieving lasting success requires both motivation and discipline. Start with a spark of motivation. Find something you're passionate about. This will give you the initial push to begin your journey. However, remember that motivation alone is not enough. As you progress, focus on building discipline. Cultivate daily habits and routines that reinforce your commitment. Embrace the power of motivation and discipline, and you'll unlock your full potential and achieve remarkable things.